Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cool Dude, and today I have a double nuclear on the map Meltdown. Once again, I have another world's first here because, as you guys know, that the Paladin Camo and all the other camos came out for PlayStation 3. As you can see here on my N94, I have the Paladin Camo. This is PlayStation 3's first double nuclear at the Paladin Camo. This is a double on Meltdown. The gameplay is kind of long. It's a 10-minute long gameplay, a little bit longer than I would want to, but the thing is, though, is that usually what I do is on my other videos is the reason why they're so short is I cut out everything up until I get that streak going. But the streak started from the beginning of this match, and the problem was a lot of people were quitting off the start of this game. So it was kind of really hard to shorten down this gameplay. I was gonna skip around to the kills, but just to show that it was a legitimate Meltdown nuclear, I didn't skip around. This is just the whole gameplay itself right here. But for the topic commentary today, it's going to be a freestyle. I haven't really planned anything out. But the one thing I was thinking about today at the gym was perks. Perks in a Call of Duty game, especially this could maybe translate to Advanced Warfare, is the perks in a Call of Duty game fall into different categories in my opinion. You have your perks that are completely useless. You have your perks that are just good. You have your overpowered perks, and you have perks that are a necessity. I guess you could call the overpowered perks necessity perks. Now, the order I went in, like I said, was perks that are bad, good perks, necessity, and overpowered. Now, perks that are bad, you could say a game that has bad perks in it. You could say Call of Duty Ghosts has bad perks. Example of this is perks that don't work, perks that are useless, perks that shouldn't be in that type of game, perks that don't translate to how the game is played. An example of a perk from Call of Duty Ghosts that does not work and is broken is, if anyone has played it, it is Blast Shield. As I've stated before with this game, when you throw C4 with Flak Jacket, you're put to one shot. Yeah, the C4 protects you, but you're put to one shot. Now, in Call of Duty Ghost, if someone uses Danger Close and they throw a C4 at you, you're gonna die. If you use Flak Jacket or Blast Shield, whatever it is in that game, you get hit by C4, you're still gonna die. So the only thing that Flak Jacket's gonna protect you against is a frag grenade. And obviously, players, because people aren't stupid, they're gonna know that C4 is going to destroy Blast Shield, so why run a frag grenade at that point? Just run a C4, which is what a lot of people do. That's the definition of a useless perk. Another definition of a useless perk is the no fall damage in that game. It's called Resilience, I guess, I think, or no fall, whatever the fuck it is. That perk is almost useless for that game because there's nothing that you can really fall off of that's really high in that game whatsoever. So a perk like that is almost useless to have in the game. Another useless perk is the assassin perk in that game, the one that takes you off the radar, which is just stupid because satcoms don't work, and the only thing you have to worry about is an Oracle pretty much. So that's the definition of some perks that don't work. Perks that come to mind that are overpowered, we'll go in order. Perks that are good is a perk, for example, like Lightweight. Lightweight's a good perk for going for gameplays. It depends how you play. It translates on to how you play. Or a perk, believe it or not, like Ghost. The reason why Ghost is a good perk and it's not overpowered, in this game at least, is because you have to keep moving around. If you stop, your people are going to see you on the radar. Same thing with Lightweight. People say Lightweight is underpowered, but no. If you know how to use Lightweight, you can dodge C4s. If you avoid certain parts on the map, you won't get killed. So by C4s, obviously. So those are some good perks in the game. Another example of a really good perk is, we'll think back all the way to Call of Duty 4. If you guys remember Deep Impact from Call of Duty 4, the third perk, which allowed you to shoot through walls easier. All the COD veterans will understand that. For the people that are kind of newer to COD, majority of the people started in Modern Warfare 2 that I know of, that'll be FMJs. Helps you shoot through walls. Those are definitions of some good perks. Well, obviously Modern Warfare 2 is an attachment. But those are some good perks that aren't overpowered, aren't necessities. And now we'll go over to perks that are overpowered. And perks that are overpowered, for example, is I like to use Black Ops 1 as an example. I've talked about this with some friends before, that play the game, and we came to the conclusion that the perks in Black Ops 1, even though they were overpowered, they actually took some time to get. For example, this is you had to play Capture the Flag. To get Marathon Pro, had to capture flags and all that. But the problem with it was that if you were to use Flag Jacket Pro in that game, you could survive straight-on napalm strikes. You could survive a whole kill streak that was meant to take you off of B flags, kind of like the lightning strike in this game. Imagine if you could survive a blast from all 3 lightning bombs and still cap a flag. That's kind of how Flak Jacket was in that game. Also, what also made it overpowered was that you could get hit by like 3 or 4 grenades at one time, and that translates over to the fact that one guy could kind of run a game mode, which is good in a sense, but is also bad in another sense. So right here, I got the first nuke, and now I just kill myself. Remember, we don't give the other team any kills when we go for dubs, so kill myself, and I start up the second one. Anyway, those are perks that are overpowered. Like, the same thing with Ghost. Ghost is the prime example of Black Ops 1 that was a kind of overpowered perk. The reason why it was overpowered was because it was so easy to avoid explosives in Black Ops 1 except for the claymores. But with the Ghost in that game, you could just sit in the corner, just not even do anything, and just fuck around. It didn't matter what you did. You just couldn't be seen on a radar. The only counter to it was Blackbirds. But if you went up against a whole team that was using Ghost, you were not getting a Blackbird, especially with the FAMAS being in that game. But this isn't a gameplay about guns, so we'll leave that to another one. Now, those are overpowered perks. Another overpowered perk that I think is overpowered, and a lot of people completely agree with this, is One-Man Army. One-Man Army allowed you, well, paired with the Noob Tubes, was overpowered. So you got perks like One-Man Army, Commando, overpowered perks that allowed you to do like things that would just completely change a game. Now, perks that are necessities in a game, this is a strong thing here that kind of irks me, and it kind of reflects my own gameplay in a way, is when I talk about a perk that is a necessity, I speak in terms of Black Ops 1. There's a difference between perks that are overpowered and necessity perks. Not Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, excuse me. And Black Ops 2, a perk that's a necessity, it translates to my gameplay because I play really aggressive. I'm always up in the spawn. I'm just going bonkers, going ham in the spawn, is toughness. And this has been a topic, I don't know, it's been a topic of mine for a minute, and a lot of people have talked about this too. I would just assume is, if, in my opinion, I can't play without toughness. The flinch is way too much, way too much flinch. Once you get hit once, you're going to lose a gunfight. Your gunfight shouldn't be based off of perks. It should be based off of player skill. Back before Modern Warfare 2, toughness wasn't even an option. Toughness was first introduced in Black Ops 1 and as Hardened Pro. Modern Warfare 3 as focus, the proficiency. This game is toughness. Now Ghost as flinch or focus, whatever the fuck it's called, or resilience, I don't know. Anyway, that game sucks. But anyway, perks like that shouldn't be in the game. It shouldn't be a necessity. It shouldn't make a difference how you play when you use a specific perk. No, the way that just the summary of the video is the way that this is important to me is perks shouldn't make a big difference in your gameplay. Like, an example of a perk that was also a necessity was back in COD 4. It was your perk 2 was a choice between Juggernaut and Stopping Power, and this takes away flexibility from the game. This means everyone is using the exact same class, everyone's doing the exact same thing. If you take away perks that are necessities and replace every perk with a good perk, then the game would be a lot better in my honest opinion. Like, for example, me going bonkers in a spawn. Flak Jacket is vital for me. Toughness is just absolutely necessary for me. And if I'm playing solo, I need hardline. That's almost a necessity as well. And that's the kind of shit that should not be in the game. And the reason why I'm saying this is because with Advanced Warfare coming out right around the corner, a few more months, about 6 months ago, or maybe even less than that, 5. You know, I want to see things like, I don't want to see toughness in the game. If you get rid of toughness, it'll be different. People will play differently. For another example of a necessity perk was Modern Warfare 3. If you ran an AR, you had to use Stalker. If you didn't use Stalker, you would get fucked up every match if you ran an AR. And you know, it's a prime definition of what a good perk set would be. You drop toughness and you drop Stalker or stock on assault rifles, just like how it was back in COD 4. And I'm telling you, you'll see a big difference in game. It'll bring back a bigger, wide range of perk setups. Like rushers that use SMGs will use rushing perks. ARs will use flakjack and shit like that. That's just my opinion. This has been a double nuclear with the Paladin Camo. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was a bit of a long commentary. I did it freestyle. Nothing's written down. I do everything freestyle. I mean, why plan it out when you could just when you could just say it like this? I hope you guys enjoyed. Double nuclear with the Paladin Camo. PlayStation's first. Hope you guys enjoyed.